All right, here's the third video. We're going to go on to solving these two drawing problems. If you've been watching the other videos, you've learned a little bit as you've gone. You can see that I'm doing two versions of each one of these problems, one that explains the geometry, and then one that uses the commands in AutoCAD that does the problem a little bit more simply. All right, so let's take this problem here. We have this arc that's tangent to this arc, and the one on the other side. And then we have these lines here and here that are tangent to the arcs at the bottom. Each one of these arcs and the third arc are all a radius of 1. So I'm going to show you the geometric construction part of it first, and then we're going to solve it using simple AutoCAD commands. So I'm going to start off with a line, and I'm going to create a circle. Now, the only rules that you have to be careful of when you're creating that circle is you can't be so far away from the line that these arcs with a radius of 1 cannot even be tangent or touch each other. So all I'm going to do is just kind of randomly place that circle and then make it have a radius of 1, and just be sure that I don't have a distance here that's more than 1 inch, and clearly I do. So I have to move this a little bit closer so that I know that this distance from here to here is less than 1, and I can check it by seeing here that's not less than 1. Or I should say, I'm sorry, not less than 1, but it's not less than 2 inches. It's not more than 2 inches. So if I click from here to here, this distance should not be more than 2 inches because our radius is 1, so our diameter is 2. So if I make that more than 2 inches away, I can't make a circle that's tangent to both the line and the circle. All right, so this is about the right distance away. If yours ends up being a little bit closer or further away, that's going to just change the shape of this a little bit, but the tangencies between this arc and this arc and this line should remain the same, meaning they should stay tangent. All right, let's try to solve the problem. First of all, geometry-wise, if I have two other arcs with a radius of 1 here and here that are tangent to both this circle and this line, then the center of those arcs should end up being where I offset 1 inch from this line, because that would be the distance between the center of the circle and the line, and I offset 1 inch from the circle. So notice that with the offset tool, I'm just using the same offset value. And I can click a circle and offset to the outside. I could click a line and offset it in either direction. But in this case, I want to offset so that they intersect each other. So this circle that we have here and here are the centers of these two circles that are missing. If I were to draw a circle here and put in a radius of 1 and another one here with a radius of 1, then I can use the trim command and trim away everything, and it actually creates a perfectly tangent configuration very similar to what we have here, and these would be our object lines and these are our construction lines. If I take that a step further with our construction lines and I locate tangent points, we'd have a tangent point here with a line drawn from the center perpendicular to the line that's tangent to the arc, and we'd have a tangent point between the two centers of the circle by drawing a line from center to center where it crosses is the tangent point between this arc and this arc. And I just repeat that same process on the opposite side, and I've found 1, 2, 3, 4 points of tangency. To do this same drawing using arcs and lines, I kind of, in this scenario, I think I'd lay it out very similarly, but I'm going to see if I can attempt to do this using the same tools we used over here and see if it comes out. So I'm going to use the object layer, type line, now type arc, and enter. And this is where the problem comes in, is I don't have any way of defining that arc radius with any accuracy. So you still need to create the construction lines to do this. And then you can use the same tools that we used to create the line work. So let's do that. Construction line, circle with a radius of 1. Offset 1 in both directions for the circle and the line. And now I think I can draw this out because I know where the center of the circle is. No, I have to do one more thing. I still need to draw these construction lines that show where the tangent points are. Now I think I can do it. So with this one, I have a little bit more construction work to do. So if I use the line tool and go from here to here, and then use the arc tool command and hit enter so it picks up from the line, I should be able to snap to that tangent point. Then repeat the arc command and hit enter and go to the other side. Repeat the arc command and hit enter, go down to the last tangent point, and now type in L for line and hit enter so it picks up where it left off. We still have to do that construction work to get that to be drawn accurately. So that's the next problem. Next video we'll go on to this kidney bean problem.